The Bible says work is a blessing and a gift from God. And yet, if you're like many people, on the average day, work may not feel like a blessing or a gift. In fact, a new survey shows that almost half of American workers wouldn't wish their jobs on their worst enemies. What's gone wrong with work? Well, this week at church, we turn to Ecclesiastes to get some insight. The author says this: "What do people get for all the toil and anxious striving with which they labor under the sun? All their days, their work is grief and pain. Even at night, their minds do not rest. This too is meaningless." Well, strong words about work that maybe resonate with you. You know, the author of Ecclesiastes says work not only feels meaningless, but really is meaningless under the sun. That's a word for the material world, with no regard to what's beyond the sun, with no regard to God and the spiritual realm. Because you're just working for yourself to earn and make and spend, and you save up things that you may not even get to enjoy one day. This gives us a hint at what's really gone wrong with work, and in a word, it's sin and selfishness. You see, God's design for humanity was to work with and alongside Him on things that He cares about. And when humanity turned away in sin towards selfishness, then everything went wrong. And of course, living against the grain of the universe and the way God designed us to work, of course that's going to feel meaningless. Of course that's not going to fulfill. We summarized it this way: working under the sun, S-U-N, is meaningless. But working under the sun, S-O-N, is meaningful. So here's a discussion question for you this week. What does it look like for you to be working under the sun, S-U-N, at your work? And what does it look like to work under the sun, S-O-N, at your workplace? And how can you do less of the first and more of the second this week? We'll continue the discussion soon. Talk to you then.